Africa, the place where it all began, where our ancient ancestors first laid eyes on their prey and began to hunt. Aaron Neilson, a man with one desire, to reconnect with the ways of old. He came to Africa to hunt, where man first chased his quarry for survival. He came to face his fears, to face some of the most formidable beasts on this planet. He came to chase the vision of victory that each challenge presents and stand a conqueror over all.
My love for Africa is deeply embedded in my heart. In fact, a part of me always lives in Africa. From a young child watching National Geographic, it sparked an intense interest in not only the wildlife throughout the continent, but of course the hunting that was to be had there. As a middle-class young man, thinking that Africa would forever only be a dream, but just knowing that I was actually able to go and step foot on the African continent was, for me, without any question, probably one of the biggest dreams that has ever come true in my life. There is no place in the world that offers hunting like Africa does. The diversity of the game, the diversity of the countries, the landscape, everything about it makes it, in my opinion, simply the most interesting and truly wild, inspirational place that I have ever stepped foot as a hunter and a sportsman.
There he is right there. There he is right there. Looks like he's down. Well, the sable is definitely one of the unique special trophies that Africa can provide to the safari hunter. And this area here in western Tanzania, the Lukwati Game Reserve, is absolutely full of them.
But the real draw for me has always been hunting Africa's dangerous game.
Come on, move! Move!
The experience, the exhilaration, the excitement, the adrenaline that you get from knowing that you're matching wits with an adversary that can, without any question, bring harm to you and in some instances even hunt you back.
I've spent the past 20 years as a passionate lion hunter, and throughout that time, maybe over the past 10 years, I've become more of a passionate lion conservationist. And I've learned that the two definitely gel together. To know that and to believe that, to understand that, is simply to experience it throughout the continent of Africa. As we all know, over the past 5, 6, 7 years, lion hunting has really come under tight scrutiny from the world. And much of that is simply because of lack of knowledge, lack of experience, just lack of knowing what actually takes place here on the continent of Africa and what a great conservation tool hunting is for the lion. Well, interestingly enough, I had actually been thinking to myself over the past year or so about an alternative solution to some of the lion hunting practices that currently take place. The way forward for much of Africa's wildlife is exactly how they're doing it here in the Maracapula Reserve. The Maracapula is a 46,000-acre reserve owned by the local community. The lions here, they live self-sustaining. They hunt for themselves. They're potentially able to breed for themselves. If they're not able to survive amongst themselves, whether it be fighting for territory or fighting for a female, or frankly, being able to kill for their own survival, they're not going to survive. And yet, they're still allowing us as the sportsmen the opportunity to experience what real wild Africa can provide and has provided for hundreds of years, and at the same time, providing a great alternative to the canned lion hunting that's been so controversial over the last 10 years. You know, to me, so explaining what goes on here is important. You know, my perspective of what I saw here and what I believe they're trying to transfer here as a wild lion hunting experience. But, you know, let's not forget the hunt itself, because frankly, that was really where the excitement got going.
We can hear the lions roaring. They think they were over here in this area where they were yesterday, where we had the tracks down here by this river bottom. Now these guys think they just might have heard them a second ago, so that's why we come here. And we're just gonna walk in, see what we can see down in here this morning.
You know, yeah, the first half of the day was fairly uneventful because we did spend hours tracking this lion. And they are wild animals. They're living in wild conditions.
Just a little bit ago, right back there, we picked up their tracks. So now we're just trying to see if they can sort out where their tracks are at, or where they're going. It's actually pretty early, obviously, as you can see, so it's hard to say how far these things will walk. For me, not only is this the difficulty, but really, you know, it's the amazement of what we're doing here. When you figure that these guys are having to try to track these lions in this conditions, I mean, grass, leaves. You know, look, it's one thing to track a lion on a road, or track a lion in a sandy river bottom, or, you know, I've lion hunted in Botswana before too, where we track in the Kalahari sand, and frankly, anybody can track a lion there, but how they can track in this stuff is, you know, look, sometimes we're having difficulty, of course, but you give these guys a few minutes and every time they sort out the track and find it. I mean, and that's not only is the difficulty of tracking, but you see how thick this bush is. I mean, it's going to be difficult once we actually find the lion. So kudos to those guys to be able to keep us on them. But it's going to be another exciting story how we're actually going to get one. Track, and I'm gonna shed some of these clothes.
We finally, noonish or so, decided we need to take a break, have some lunch, maybe let this lion, you know, go and lay down for the day wherever he's comfortable, and try to pick his track up maybe in an hour or so. It didn't take us long, and we got onto him.
All right, according to these guys, I mean, the tracks are really, really fresh. But as you can see, they're just weaving in and out. He's obviously hunting. I mean, he goes in the bush, out of the bush, up, down, left, right. So hopefully we can get on him and, you know, see what he is. But we're trying to stay on him. It's just some of this thick stuff is tough to find the tracks. The track isn't picked up. One track, yeah. Going that direction. Got another track going that direction. We're just taking a quick break. Let them get on the tracks. Determine which is the fresh one again. We'll get started on it again.
It was obvious now that he was tired. Heat of the day, he went and laid in some very thick bush. We saw him just for a split second, and off he went.
Yeah, this is where it gets hard again. Now he's gone back into this grass, thicker bush stuff, and I mean, you know, out there on some of the sandy stuff, soil, it's pretty easy. I mean, even us, we can see it quite frequently, not always, but now you get back into this grass again, and you know, that's where these guys earn their money for sure.
We continue on the track, and now we're seeing that we're starting to find him more regularly. I mean, every 20 or 30 minutes or so, we're bumping this lion. We're seeing him just barely going through the bush, but we're just not able to get him to stop and let us have a look.
We heard something right there. We saw something. He couldn't tell what it was. I heard it too. Don't know what it was. Not sure. He thinks it was the lion, but not sure.
But he knows what's going on. Very clear. It was very evident that he knew the game. He knew the gig here. And he wanted nothing to do with people, wanted to stay away.
I just don't think this lion, he just doesn't want to stop. He just keeps, we can tell him, we can see a couple places where he's run. You know, it's overcast, it's just not hot. I just don't think he wants to, he just doesn't want to hold still. And in this thick stuff, I mean, he's gonna know we're coming, so he just stays out ahead of us.
As we get in about a third or fourth time, we hear him make a tremendous growl and roar. And of course, we thought he was maybe, you know, angry at us.
Yeah, I see, but I'm just not sure I see a lion. Because listen, we're close to pushing him into the bottom. If he stays up here, we are screwed.
Do you guys have a beat on him?
Yeah, I can see him. Oh, I'm on him. There he goes. He just moved. He's just walking. He's walking now. There now. He's going. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Go. Go to the river somewhere fast. Go fast. Go fast. Go fast. Go fast. Go fast. Go fast.
And I keep telling the guys, we got to get there. We got to get there. He's going to come out in the open. We've got to hurry up and go. And sure enough, we sneak down there. We catch him just as he's going back and up into the riverine again. And I'm thinking, man, this thing, he knows the gig. He knows how to stay out of our line of sight. We hear this tremendous roaring, just 100 yards ahead of us, if that. Honestly, I thought that he was taking down an animal. I thought he was making a kill. I mean, why he stopped to make a kill at that time, I don't know, but that's what we thought.
They're fighting. Two are fighting. Yeah, I will, but the sticks aren't good. Are you on them?
Stay on him.
My friend, I've not had anything that exciting, I think, ever hunting lion, and I've done it a bunch. What are the odds of that? These two bumped into each other, they start to fight right there, and finally, oh man, wow. Thank you so much. I mean, I don't think,
Amazing.
you know, these guys literally, what time is it? 3:15. We've been tracking this lion since 7 a.m. We stopped for an hour, kind of give ourselves a little break, some lunch, but let him settle down. And for another 3.5 hours after that. Guys, seriously, huh? Big Shumba,
This was one of the most exciting experiences I've ever had in the wild. To see wild lions, to see those lions doing that and acting the way they did and fighting right in front of us like that was a sight I've never seen.
He looks finished, huh? Oh yeah, okay, good deal. Holy cow, man. Holy smokes, look at this thing. That is an incredible lion.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, guys.
Scars on him.
Well, look at these.
Look at where he
Yeah,
actually bit.
he bit him right here and across the face.
Yeah.
Look at that, huh? That is, listen, you know, I mean, you talk about the king of the beasts and why these things are so spectacular, and that right there was part of the reason why. I mean, incredible. Those two just right there came roaring down and fighting and flipping over here on the river bottom. And look at that. I mean, look, he's bit him clear to the bone. Unbelievable. But what? I mean, all scarred up and, dude, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. Wow. You know, I sit here with my 15th lion. It's been a passion of mine for the last 20 years to hunt African lions, and I've hunted them in many different places in many different countries around the continent of Africa. But this experience here with the guys at Old Day Safaris and Maracapula Reserve has honestly probably been one of the most fascinating, incredible, and best lion hunting experiences I've ever had. To get to come here and experience real life tracking of lions has just been an incredible experience for me. These guys have been so incredible with us, and I've never felt more at home and more welcome in a place than I've been hunting. It has been really a wonderful hunt here. It's something I will never forget, and it's definitely a lion hunting experience that I never expected, and I definitely, if I ever get the opportunity, I will be back. It's not hunting that is threatening the wild lion, it's loss of habitat that's threatening the wild lion, mainly due to human destruction of that habitat. So as these areas continue to shrink, the lion populations to a degree have shrunk. And it has absolutely nothing to do with legal, conservation-minded lion hunting. It has simply to do with the loss of territory or places for the wild lion to live. You can be a hunter, you can be an anti-hunter, you can be against it or for it, but the fact remains that every single living creature on this earth has to have a value so it can be sustained. And for me, it was a very uplifting experience to see that these guys were passionate about the continuation and the survival and the conservation of the lion here in Africa, knowing full well that at a place like this, as they tried to make this into a photographic safari operation, it simply couldn't provide for itself. The photographic safari dollars were not enough to run the operation, to support the anti-poaching, the fences, the staff, taking care of the water holes, all the things that are necessary so wildlife can thrive here. And if you don't have the wildlife producing value for themselves, it's not a sustainable resource. It has to be sustainable. It has to be able to provide for itself. And when it does that, then people will want to and will have a reason to look after them, to protect them, to ensure that they're here for generations, long after I'm gone and I'm no longer lion hunting, for generations to come. That is most important to remember.